Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 861D-46-10 aluminum collar, cylinder collar, and a Duracolor brown is what they call this. Typical cylinder collar that's going to be used in lots of applications, but most commonly going to be seen on an aluminum storefront door, dark bronze anodized finish, where you have a 1.1 cylinder because that's what you have, but that's about 1/8 of an inch too long. Something in that range is why you would use that. You could also use this in other pieces of hardware as well, where you simply need to stack the cylinder away from the face of the item, meaning, well, same sort of scenario. The cylinder you have is too long for what it's being used in, would be a case. So you can possibly use a cylinder collar like this, or replace the cylinder perhaps with a shorter one if that's even possible. The 861 is a reference to the fact that this is a straight cylinder collar from Kaba Ilco. The letter D in this case refers to the thickness. This is a 1/8 of an inch thickness. Caliper says it's 0.127, so that's awfully accurate on 1/8 of an inch. The 46 means the Duracolor brown, and the -10 means when you buy these from the factory, like a distributor would, you buy them in multiples of 10. You can buy any quantity that you like. This will have an outside diameter of 1.398. 1.398. It's going to have an inside diameter of 1.181, an ID 1.181. There are some images down below that will allow you to see the very slight chamfer that's on the outer perimeter of the cylinder ring and the inside perimeter as well. Okay, give you some close-up detail on that. The proper installation of this is going to see the cylinder threaded into the lock or whatever it's being put into. Maybe an alarm bypass in an exit device, or maybe it's cylinder dogging in an exit device, to the point where, although this doesn't necessarily apply, some of this, but so that it's the underside of the head of the cylinder is down to the collar and it fills that void. You want this to be tight on the door, not to the point where you can't get your cylinder rotated all the way on, but to the point where it doesn't rattle on the face of the door. Now, properly installed, however, should allow the ability for this to actually turn, meaning if you were trying to defeat the cylinder with a pipe wrench on an aluminum storefront door to get in the space, this outside diameter should be ever so slightly greater than the head of your cylinder, and the fact that it will turn in a proper installation is going to get that pipe wrench fixed down there and just let it spin. Not allowing the attacker to get the wrench on the head of the cylinder is kind of the point. That's what you want to aim for as best as possible. 861 means cylinder collar, straight cylinder collar. When you change that D, you're going to get different thicknesses. You can get this anywhere from 3/32 all the way out to basically 5/8 in 1/16 of an inch increments, often in 32nd of an inch increments. If you are a person who gets out to the field often to service material, in my opinion, you're going to want to have a host of these different thicknesses. 2-3 different basic finishes should get you by, things of that nature, so that you don't have to worry about stacking smaller ones together. That looks a bit obtuse to the trained eye, I suppose, anyway. The -46 is the finish. When you change that, you get a different color. All your common finishes are going to be available. Chromes, bronze, brass, things of that nature you can order. Okay. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page within our site where you can review not only all of the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The full product catalog on that page being the one that's titled Brass Cylinder, that will allow you to review all of those items associated with cylinders, cylinder accessories, other trim rings, tapered style, spring-loaded style. But on that page, you're going to find the link to the Kaba Ilco key blank catalog, an incredibly useful document if you are trying to identify key blanks. And then finally, a link to a relatively new line of hardware that's complementary to this key ring, this cylinder ring, called storefront hardware. A fresh new take on some storefront hardware that you might enjoy looking through if you are the kind of person who has a routine need for these types of pieces of hardware. If you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 861D-46-10 eighth of an inch Duracolor brown cylinder trim ring or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.